Today, we're going to dive into something really fascinating, that deep and often totally unnoticed connection between the world around us and the world inside us. We're going to uncover how the spaces we live and work in every single day can either be a secret source of stress or a powerful tool for calm. Does this sound familiar? You wake up and, ugh, before you've even had your coffee, there's this heavy, irritable feeling, and you can't even figure out why. If that's you, you're definitely not alone. It's an incredibly common feeling.
Or maybe it's this. You start the day feeling pretty good, but the second you walk into your office, it's like all that positive energy just vanishes. Suddenly, you feel drained and a little bit stressed. It's almost like the room itself is pulling your mood down.
So, what is going on here? I promise you, it's not just in your head. There is some serious science that explains why you can walk into one coffee shop and feel instantly creative and relaxed, while your own living room might be secretly making you feel anxious. So that brings us to our first stop. Let's uncover that hidden connection. We're going to pull back the curtain on the science that links our environment directly to our emotions. There's actually a whole field dedicated to this, and it's called environmental psychology. The main idea is simple, but it is so powerful. Your surroundings aren't just a passive backdrop to your life. They are actively talking to your brain all the time. The light, the sounds, the amount of stuff on your desk, it's all sending signals that shape how you think and feel. Okay, so let's start with the things we barely even notice. Those invisible forces that are quietly running the show in the background. We're talking about light, sound, and even scent. Okay, check this out. Light has two totally different personalities. On one side, you've got natural sunlight. Think of it like a vitamin for your brain. It literally boosts serotonin. That's your happiness hormone, making you feel more energized and focused. But then, there's the blue light from our screens. It does the exact opposite. It messes with melatonin, our sleep hormone, and can leave us feeling kind of jittery and anxious, especially late at night. And what about sound? This is just wild. Our brains are hardwired to pay attention to noise. It's an old survival instinct. So that constant background hum from traffic or dings from our phone keeps our nervous system on low-key alert. But look at this data. Just a small 10% drop in that noise can cut your stress levels by a whopping 40%. That's an incredible payoff for a little peace and quiet. This whole thing extends to what we see and smell too. Colors and scents have a direct line to the emotional centers of our brain. Cool colors like green and blue have been shown again and again to have a calming effect. And in the same way, a scent like lavender can literally dial down anxiety, while something like peppermint can snap you into focus. Your senses are basically shortcuts to your mood. And we can't talk about calming senses without mentioning nature. Get this. Studies have found that just putting a single plant on your desk can boost your focus by 15%. It's amazing, right? Plants are like these little natural air purifiers and stress reducers, all in one. All right, we've covered the invisible stuff. Now let's talk about something that is very, very visible, and, for a lot of us, a major source of stress: clutter. So here's why clutter messes with us so much. It's not just a physical mess, it creates a mental mess. See, every single object in your line of sight is another piece of information your brain has to sort through. When your space is cluttered, your brain gets bombarded with stuff that doesn't matter, which makes you feel overwhelmed, and as science shows, it physically pumps up cortisol, your body's main stress hormone. And hey, this idea of clutter isn't just about piles of paper. Think about your phone for a second. That never-ending stream of notifications, emails, and social media feeds. That's digital clutter. And it does the exact same thing to our brains. It shatters our focus and keeps us in that same stressed out, overwhelmed state. Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem. Now for the good part, the solutions. The best news is that you have all the power to turn your environment from a source of stress into a place of healing. Here's your toolkit. We can break this all down into 4 simple, totally manageable steps. First, we're going to tune up our senses by managing light and sound. Second, we'll bring in a little bit of that calming power of nature. Third, we'll tackle that clutter, both physical and digital. And finally, we'll create a dedicated peace corner just for you. So let's start with sensory balance. These are tiny changes with huge results. Try this. Make it a habit to open your curtains wide first thing in the morning. If you need to focus, pop on some noise-canceling headphones to give your brain a break. Add a small plant to your desk, and maybe try a diffuser with a calming scent like lavender to just change the whole vibe of the room. Next up, let's get intentional with our space. This is not about some huge, overwhelming cleaning project. Just try a 2-minute tidy of your desk at the end of the day. Seriously, just 2 minutes. For the digital side, go into your phone settings right now and turn off all notifications that aren't absolutely essential. And finally, find one chair or one corner of a room and declare it your calm zone. No screens, no work allowed. It's just a space to breathe. Now, the most important thing to take away from all this is not to do everything at once. This is your new blueprint, and the whole journey starts with picking just one small thing to change. And I really want to leave you with this idea because it's a game changer. We often think our feelings just happen inside us, that they're our problem to solve internally. But so much of how we feel is actually a reaction to what's around us. When you consciously shape your environment, you are actively, powerfully shaping your own emotional health. So, as we wrap up, I want you to ask yourself this one question. What's one small thing you can do today to make your space a little more peaceful? Will you open a window? Turn off a few notifications? Maybe buy that small plant? Just pick one thing. See how it feels? That's where it all begins. Before we go, just a quick reminder, this content is for educational purposes and isn't a substitute for professional medical advice. Please be sure to talk to a healthcare professional for any specific health concerns you might have. Thanks so much for joining me.